Good morning, students. Okay, today I want to explain two topics from polymers. One is biodegradable polymers and rubber. Okay, biodegradable polymers, the polymers which are responsible for the degradable to the environment and accumulate the solid polymer we called as biodegradable polymers. Okay, here we have the different example for the biodegradable polymers. We have two examples. PHBV polymer is the one of the best example for biodegradable polymer, and one more is there, nylon 2 nylon 6 polymer. These two are the important for the biodegradable polymer. One more question. Give an example for the biodegradable polymers. One is PHBV polymer. Second one is nylon 2 nylon 6 polymer. Nylon 2 nylon 6 polymer. Okay, here PHBV polymer. Here we'll discuss about the PHBV polymer. This PHBV polymer used for the preparation of specific material and design purpose. And this PHBV polymer involves in bacteria degradation in the environment. Bacteria degradation in the environment. Okay, what is the meaning of PHBV? Okay, poly, P means poly, H means beta hydroxy butyrate. Okay, butyrate, and here beta hydroxy valerate. This is the PHBV polymer, poly beta hydroxy butyrate. Poly and here beta hydroxy valerate. Okay, this is the one of the polyester. It is prepared from two compounds. Okay, it is prepared from two compounds. After that, we'll see the structure of this molecule. Okay, one is 2-hydroxybutanoic acid. 2-hydroxybutanoic acid. This is the 2-hydroxybutanoic acid. 3-hydroxy, not 2-hydroxy, 3-hydroxybutanoic acid. 3-hydroxybutanoic acid reacts with 3-hydroxy. Okay, here 3-hydroxy valeric acid. 3-hydroxy valeric acid, 3-hydroxy pentanoic acid, COOH. It is also 3-hydroxy pentanoic acid. 3-hydroxy pentanoic acid or valeric acid. Okay, here at 100 degrees centigrade temperature, it involves in esterification reaction in the presence of concentrate sulfuric acid. Okay, what happened? It loses the water molecule, and here from the H, here from the OH and here from the H. First it loses here from the OH, here from the H. Lose the water molecule. What happened? CH3, C, H, OH, CH2, C double bond O, and here bond will attack here, CH2, CH3 and CH2, COOH. This is the monoester. It involves in polymerization at high temperature and high pressure. it lose the water molecule like this. H from OH group, OH from COH group, lose water molecule and forms here O, CH, CH3, CH2, C double bond O, CH, CH2, CH3, CH2, C double bond O, taken n times. Okay, this we called as PHBV polymer. This is the polyester. It contains number of ester functional group, so we called as polyester. Okay, here what is the PHBV polymer? Poly beta hydroxy butyrate, beta hydroxy valerate. We called as it means it is a ester. It is prepared from 3-hydroxy butanoic acid and 3-hydroxy pentanoic acid, 3-hydroxy pentanoic acid, and form the monoester here. Okay, by the loss of water and at high temperature and high pressure, this monoester involves in polymerization and forms PHBV polymer. PHBV polymer. Okay, it involves in this PHBV polymer involves in bacteria degradation in environment. This is about the preparation of one of the biodegradable polymer, that is PHBV polymer. Then in continuation we'll see the one more polymer, that is nylon 2 nylon 6 polymer. Nylon 2 means 2 carbon atom containing and 6 means 6 carbon containing. 6 carbon contains. Nylon 2 means it contains 2 carbon atoms and 6 carbon atom. It is prepared from 2 carbon containing carboxylic acid and 6 carbon containing amine. 6 carbon contain amine. Here I am taking 2 compounds. Here I am discussing nylon 2 nylon 6 polymer. Nylon 2 nylon 6 polymer. How will prepare this nylon 2 nylon 6 polymer? We'll see in continuation. Here I am taking glycine. It contains polypeptide bond. Here I am taking glycine. This is the glycine. 2 carbon containing. It contains 2 carbon. 1, 2 carbon. So we use nylon 2 plus 6. Here we are taking caproic acid. 5 carbon containing single carboxylic acid. 6 carbon containing monocarboxylic acid. We called as caproic acid. It contains amine. Aminocaproic acid. It is a derivative of caproic acid. We called as aminocaproic acid. Both are reacts with each other at 100 degrees centigrade temperature. What happened? Here H and here OH. Lose water molecule. And forms peptide bond. Here NH2, here CH2, C double bond O, NH, CH2 taken 5 times, COH. It contains only one peptide bond, so we called as monopeptide. Monoamide. This is the monomer of nylon 2 nylon 6. It involves in polymerization at high temperature and high pressure. It loses the water molecule like this. What happened? Here NH, CH2, C double bond O, NH, CH2 taken 5 times, C double bond O taken n times. This is the nylon. Here contain 2 carbon atoms, so use 2. Here 6 carbon atom. Nylon 6 polymer. This is also one of the important example for biopolymer or condensation polymer. Okay, this is the one of the important biodegradable polymer. This is about the okay importance and discussion of the biodegradable polymers. Okay, then in continuation we'll see the rubber. What is rubber? Already we know about the rubber, the polymer which has elastic property. The polymer which has elastic property. What is the meaning of elastic? Okay, when we apply the force, it will be stretch. When remove the force, okay, it gets its previous place or initial stage. That property containing polymers we called as rubbers. That rubbers are elastics. Okay, rubbers are also called as elastomeric polymers. These are also called as elastomeric polymers. Simply we called as elastomers. Elastomeric polymers. These are having elastomeric nature. Elastomeric nature means already we discussed when we stretch. Okay, when we stretch the rubber, when we stretch the any material. Okay, here for example, when we stretch the rubber, when we stretch the any polymeric material, okay, it will move like this. The length of that polymer increases or double or triple. When we remove the force, it gets its previous stage. That we called as rubber or elastomeric polymer. Elastomeric polymer. Okay, here we have the two rubbers. Two types of rubbers are there. Okay, one is natural rubber and synthetic rubber. Two types of rubbers are there. Based on the source, we have two types of rubber. One is natural rubber and second one is synthetic rubbers. Natural rubber means the rubber which are available from the nature and available in nature. Those are simply called as a natural rubber. Example for natural rubbers, polyisoprene. Polyisoprene is the best example for natural rubbers. Okay, example for synthetic rubbers, neoprene, Buna rubber. These are the best example for the synthetic rubbers. We'll see in continuation how we'll prepare neoprene and Buna rubber. And what is the meaning of isoprene? Okay, polyisoprene rubber, and how we prepare the here polyisoprene rubber. Okay, how we are preparing the natural rubbers. Okay, so many rubber plants are there in forest. Okay, Indian forest and Sri Lanka, South America, Indonesia, and different countries in Sri Lanka. Okay, Sri Lanka, some of the Sri Lanka forests having these rubber plants. Take the latex of the rubber plant. Latex means milk-like liquid we called as a latex. When we cut the stem of rubber plant, we will get the one white color liquid or cream color liquid that we called as a latex. Then heat that latex. We will get the rubber-like material. We will get the rubber-like elastomeric properties containing material. That material we called as rubbers, natural rubbers. Okay, here natural rubber, the strength of the natural rubber very less compared to the synthetic rubber. The strength and the properties, the stiffness and the properties of natural rubber increased by one process. That process we called as vulcanization process. What is the vulcanization process? Okay, here I am giving one simple example. Take natural rubber, add sulfur and heat at nearly 375 373 Kelvin temperature to 443 Kelvin temperature. 373 Kelvin temperature to 443 Kelvin temperature. We'll get the rubber. We'll get the rubber. Okay, here we'll get the rubber. This rubber has some branches. By the branches, the stiffness of the rubber increases. The stiffness of the rubber increases. Okay, this is simply we called as natural. This is simply we called as vulcanization of natural rubber. Vulcanization of natural rubber. What is the main importance of vulcanization? For increase the stiffness and strength of the rubber. That is the main importance of vulcanization. What is the vulcanization? Add the sulfur to natural rubber and form the rubber like material or synthetic rubbers, semi-synthetic rubbers. These are having more strength than natural rubber at 373 to 443 Kelvin temperature. 443 Kelvin temperature. That process we called as vulcanization. Here natural rubber. Very stiff at 283 Kelvin temperature. Stiff means it is rigid, hard at 283 Kelvin temperature. And here 333 Kelvin temperature. Above 333 Kelvin temperature, it is soft. That means the softness will be increases by increasing the temperature from 283 to 333 Kelvin temperature. 333 Kelvin temperature. This property only related to natural rubber. Example for natural rubber. Here I discussed example for natural rubber, polyisoprene. How will prepare the polyisoprene? Polyisoprene. It is prepared from isoprene. I am taking isoprene. Number of moles of isoprene. Isoprene means here CH2 double bond, here CH3, CH double bond, CH3. Sorry, CH2. Here. It is one of the 1,3-butadiene derivative. It is a derivative of 1,3-butadiene. Give the numbering 1, 2, 3, 4. At second position we have methyl group. So 2-methyl 1,3 butadiene. This we called as isoprene. Take number of isoprene units and heat at high temperature and high pressure and forms polyisoprene. Polyisoprene means here CH2 and here CH3 double bond and here CH2 taken n times. Taken n times. This is the structure of polyisoprene. Here polyisoprene has linear structure. This polyisoprene has linear structure and all are arranged in a cis manner. All carbon atoms arranged in a cis manner. Here I want to write structure of polyisoprene. Here I am taking C. Here I am taking this C. Here C double bond C H and this CH3, here CH2, this CH2 like this, and here this CH2. Then it is attached to another CH2 like this. Here C and here CH3 like this. C CH3 double bond C H CH2 taken n times. This is the structure of natural rubber. All these arranged in a cis manner. This is the cis. Okay, CH2 group, both are present in a one geometry. Here also both are present in a one geometry. That means one isoprene unit arranged with the another isoprene unit. Okay, all are present in a cis manner. This is the cis. This is also cis. Okay, here what we called here 1 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 4 cis isoprene unit. It contains 1, 4 cis isoprene unit. It has linear structure only. No branched structure. No branched structure. Due to absence of branched structure, the strength of this natural rubber is less. Natural rubber is less. This is the structure of natural rubber, and this is the preparation of polyisoprene. How we prepare the polyisoprene? The polymerization of 2-methyl-1,3-butadiene. The polymerization of, okay, here the polymerization of 2-methyl-1,3-butadiene will get the polyisoprene. Polyisoprene. This is about the discussion of the natural rubber. What is natural rubber? What is the rubber? What are the example for, okay, natural rubber? Then we'll see the synthetic rubbers. Okay, here we'll see the synthetic rubber. Already I gave the example for the synthetic rubber. What are the synthetic rubbers? Okay, the rubbers which are prepared in laboratory we called as synthetic rubber. The rubbers which are prepared in the laboratory we called as rubbers. Okay, here example for synthetic rubbers. One is neoprene and is one of the important example Buna-N rubber. Okay, we'll see in continuation how we'll prepare Buna-N rubber and neoprene. Okay, here second one, synthetic rubbers. Synthetic rubbers having more stiff and more strength. These are used for the preparation of so many articles which are used in our daily life. Okay, here example for this one, neoprene. Okay, neoprene is a polymeric compound of chloropene. Here I am taking chloropene, CH2 double bond, here Cl, and here CH double bond, CH2. What is the name of this one? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 2 chloro. At second position we have chlorine, 2 chloro, 1, 3 buta, 1, 3 butadiene. 1, 3 butadiene. This we called as chloropene. The polymerization of chloropene at high temperature and high pressure. Take number of molecules of chloropene at high temperature and high pressure will get here CH2, C, Cl, double bond, CH, CH2 taken n times. This we called as chloropene. This we called as neoprene. The polymeric product of chloropene we called as a neoprene. This is also used in the manufacture of agriculture pipes with variety of polymeric compounds. This is the structure of neoprene. What is the monomer of neoprene? Chloropene is the monomer of the neoprene. Okay, in continuation, we'll see the one more polymer, neoprene and Buna-N rubber. Okay, we saw the Buna-S rubber. Buna-S rubber means 1,3-butadiene and styrene. The copolymer of 1,3-butadiene and styrene we called as Buna-S rubber. Okay, the copolymer of 1,3-butadiene and acrylonitrile is the Buna-N rubber. This is also one of the synthetic polymer. Here I am taking 1,3-butadiene, CH double bond, CH2, 1,3-butadiene. Take number of molecules of 1,3-butadiene. 1,3-butadiene. Okay, here it is a one monomer. It is a one monomer. I will take one more monomer. Number of molecules of acrylonitrile. This is the vinyl cyanide. Vinyl cyanide. It is also called as acrylonitrile. Acrylonitrile or vinyl cyanide. Both are the same names. Vinyl cyanide. At high temperature and high pressure. What happens? It involves in addition polymerization. And form the copolymer. Okay, here two different monomers na, so we called as copolymer. This is the homopolymer. Neoprene is the homopolymer. Buna N rubber is the copolymer. Okay, if any polymer prepared from two different monomers, we called as copolymers. Okay, this is we called as addition copolymerization. Okay, addition copolymerization. Here I am writing CH2, CH double bond, CH, CH2. Okay, and here CH. Okay, here I am writing no space. CH2, CH double bond, CH, CH2 of this part over. Then, okay, bond with the CH2 and CH, Cn taken n times. This is the Buna N rubber. This is also one of the synthetic rubber. Okay, it also has more stiff specific properties than natural rubber. It also more strengthened and it has more stiff than natural rubber. Okay, rubber industry and textile industry. Most of the in textile industry we use the different rubbers, and okay, in missionary purpose also we use this Buna N rubber and okay, neoprene rubber. Okay, this is about the preparation of neoprene and Buna rubber. Structure, preparation, monomers of the synthetic rubbers, neoprene and Buna N rubber. Okay, this is the polymers. Okay, this is the polymers chapter, part 2, second PUC. Okay, thank you. And here, okay, we'll discuss one more topic, biomolecules, next video. Thank you and thank you very much. Have a nice day. And here I want to give one question. This is related to NEET. Okay, previously asked one question. One important question. Neopentyl chloride. Here I am writing neopentyl chloride. Cl. This is the neopentyl chloride. Okay, here alcoholic KOH. They gave alcoholic KOH. What is the product? What is the major product? Here so many examples. Okay, they gave so many examples, so many options, but which is the important one? Okay, here first for JEE purpose or NEET purpose, first see what is the role of reagent. This alcoholic KOH, in presence of alcoholic KOH, any molecule involves in dehydrohalogenation. Dehydrohalogenation means removal of HCl or HBr, HI or like that. Okay, here what happened? What is the major product? Okay, here I will write the product. And I will try to explain that product, formation of that product. Okay, I will try to explain the formation of that product. This is the major product. What is the name of this one? 2-methyl 2-butene. 2-methyl 2-butene is the major product, and it is the only one and only one product. How will get that? Okay, 2-methyl 2-butene. Okay, here I will write the mechanism for this. Alcoholic KOH dehydrohalogenating agent. Step 1 here. CH3, 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 CH2, Cl. First it loses the Cl minus ion. Cl minus ion, it loses the Cl minus ion and form the carbonium ion. And form the carbonium ion. This is the neopentyl carbonium ion. Neopentyl carbonium ion. Neopentyl carbonium ion. This is unstable. This is unstable. Primary carbonium ion. This is the primary carbonium ion. Primary carbonium ion. This positive charge attached to only direct one carbon atom, so we called as primary carbonium ion. Already we know primary carbonium ions are unstable. Primary carbonium ions are less stable than secondary, secondary less stable than tertiary. Okay, it converts at room temperature. It converts into tertiary carbonium ion by the methyl shift, methyl rearrangement or methyl shift. Methyl shift or methyl rearrangement. Okay, here this methyl group shift from okay, here tertiary carbon to primary carbon. Tertiary carbon to primary carbon. This is the intramolecular rearrangement. This we called as intramolecular rearrangement. Why it goes intramolecular rearrangement? Primary carbonium ion converts into tertiary carbonium ion. See here, C plus, CH3, CH2. Okay, here I am writing for our convenient purpose. For our convenient, I wrote like this. Okay, this is the tertiary carbonium ion. Tertiary carbonium ion is more stable. Tertiary carbonium ion is more stable. Okay, unstable converts into more stable. So here we'll get the product. Okay, here H plus ion transferred towards the carbonium ion and lose the H plus. Here Cl minus and here H plus and forms CH3 double bond CH CH3 2-methyl 2-butene. 2-methyl 2-butene. This is the one important question. Okay, this observed in previous NEET question paper. Okay, this type of rearrangements also observed. What is the product? The dehydrohalogenation of neopentyl chloride. What is the product here? 2-methyl 2-butene is the product. Okay, this is the mechanism for the formation of the 2-methyl 2-butene. 2-methyl 2-butene. Thank you.